great bass player, Carlo Stoffberg. Carlo, can you tell us about your first musical experience?
Yo, Daniel, thank you, man. Let me first say thank you for hosting me. Um, the first musical experience was, I think, it was my mother used to be a musical teacher.
Okay.
And so she taught at Little Reed or Little Primary, that's that. And but she always used to come home with a flute.
Okay.
She used to come home with a guitar. She used to come home and she used to play. So she knew music. So my family basically, my father not much, because my mother taught my father and the three boys something. But the first, I think my first music experience was listening to Jimmy Swaggart playing in the house.
It's beginning to rain.
Yeah, Ronken Noli used to be my mother's favorite.
Okay.
So those guys used to play in the house. So we always had music playing, gospel music playing in the house. Yeah, that's basically my first musical experience. So basically my mother taught us to play the flute first. So we can hear this. She always used to say this. This was her favorite saying. Sing wat jy speel. So almost like if you're playing out of C, sing C. Don't sing G. So that was my first musical experience. Yeah.
Can you tell me why you chose the bass guitar? From the flute
to the bass. Okay, so that's quite an interesting story. So I have two brothers, myself and two brothers. As you can see, I'm playing the bass. My second brother plays the keyboard, and the youngest one plays drums.
Okay.
So I started playing guitar first. That's what my mother taught us. I took the guitar, playing your GC, Grace, and those type of things. And we eventually ended up going to a church that never had a band.
Okay.
So we were playing, and I eventually one Sunday, out of all the Sundays we were playing together, one Sunday I started playing the bass notes on the guitar itself. Because I just figured my brother's playing a string instrument already, so that sound is there. I don't have to still fill it with the chords of the guitar. But we need a basis with it, and so that's when I started playing. I think I was about 15 years old when I started doing that. And at the age of 16, my parents decided, okay, let's get him a bass. I see he's interested in the bass. Let's get him a bass. And that's when I started playing full-time. Bass.
Oh, nice, man. Can you tell me, do you have any musical education? Did you go for lessons, or are you self-taught, or are you still learning? What is the story there?
Yeah, I wish I could have gone for the theory or UCT guys. You know. I really wish I had that. But so, as you can hear by that, I haven't gone to study music. Like I said, my mother taught us. Yeah. But then, because we were, I think, musically inclined would be the word, and we could hear with the ear now, okay, that's my sound.
Because of her.
Yeah, because of her. I basically picked up from people. And I had guys like Eugene Ackerman telling me, give me key lessons, but not playing and telling me, okay, play this, that. This. I'm talking about lessons like Eugene came once to my house, set my amp for me, say this is the sound that you probably want to look for. But the key thing that you said was, get your sound, man. So if somebody's walking outside and they hear a bass player playing, they will know, okay, that's Carlo playing, because you're familiar with your sound, you like your sound.
Your tone.
Yes. So that stuff helped me into getting sound right, so people like you should admire, like Alvin Hendricks, Eugene Ackerman, Sammy Weber. For us youngsters growing up, I think the Jazzathon was one of the highlights every year for us to just go and listen to musicians playing. And for me, I used to go listen, and I would hear the bass. Okay, this guy is nice, killing it. and that inspired me. So from a musical point or educational point of view, I think I grew up also in a time where I used to go to the library. and go and get books.
Okay.
So I try to get some theory in with regards to reading and stuff like that, but if no one's teaching you that,
Yeah.
eventually you're just gonna move away from it and stick to what you know about playing with the ear and stuff. So I had a close friend of mine, Edward Herman. He's a good, phenomenal keyboardist, and he taught me also the how to read music. So basically, what I can do at the moment regarding to the education part of things is, you give me a sheet, I'll go home with it. Yeah, I'll work it out and then I'll play it for you. But I won't be able to play it immediately, like the guys are used to. Yeah. So I haven't really had formal education.
So you're basically self-taught?
Self-taught, yeah.
Okay, no, that's
Self-taught,
cool. That's
yeah.
cool. That's cool. Can you tell me about the artists that you've worked for, and also if there's any albums that you worked on? Can you tell me about that?
Man, I actually don't know what the albums are called. I used to work for a guy, I used to play with a guy called Mingus. He's a hip hop rapper. I think he's out in England now, living that side. He was for a time in town, and myself, Edward Herman, Wesley Sigelaar on the drums. We used to hustle back in the day, so that's cool. And whatever gigs we could get, we there. And so hooked up with this guy Mingus in town, and we used to be, they called us the good fellas.
Okay.
So we used to play like clubs. So there'd be clubs set up, go there, we just do what we do. And so Mingus was the one guy that, I think he has an album out, I'm not sure if any of our work was on there. Then I tried to research this girl's name back and into it. She was a phenomenal saxophone player from Switzerland. Yeah, I'll never forget that. We played with her in the gardens, Cape Town Gardens, opened up an event there, and that was amazing. So people like, I'm playing now with Abigail Thebus. I don't know if you know her. Abigail Thebus is a phenomenal vocalist as well in the gospel scene. So, but there's no albums and tracks that I'm really on. Yeah. Because else I would have gotten paid for it. Yeah. If I know, but I'm working on a few of my own stuff with my worship team. Okay. So yeah, so I'm playing at church at the moment. I think that's about it for now.
That's cool. Can you tell me about the gear that you have?
Man, this coat is my baby. Okay, let my wife know you say that. But yeah, let me say this is my second love, if I can put it that way. My wife being the first. But one day, it was a Friday, I can remember. I walked into, so I'm playing court, as you can see, court artisan. It's a 6-string here. I walked into Cash Converters in Grassy Park. And just, you know, as musicians, and so going around, just checking what they have, what. Come around the corner, there's this space hanging. The space is hanging there. And I had a conversation with the guitar, like, what are you doing here? How can you be, who would do such a thing to you, to put you here in the store, man? And I remember, because it was probably about 2 weeks after I was at the concert where Joshua January then were performing, and his brother has exactly the same bass. Okay. And so to me, I was like, yeah, is this guy's bass? And so I called him, asked him, listen, is this your bass hanging? Is everything alright? He said, no, my bass is here. I have it at home. So I'm like, just check for me, man, because you know, I just need to make sure, because I'm looking at a bass now that looks exactly like yours, and I'm thinking maybe I should buy it. And if anything's happening on your side, maybe someone stole it. Yeah. Then you know, okay, somebody that has your bass now. Yeah. He said, no, it is, yeah, I'm looking at the bass, he told me. And I'm like, okay, no, cool shot, man, I just wanted to make sure. And he was quite happy about that somebody at least remembers or will look out. Yeah. And so once that was done, I was like, okay, there's a free bass standing here. Nobody's, and phoned my wife up, and I think it was going for 4,500. This bass is, I tried to price it, I took it through to Paul Botman, so it's around about 18,000, 20,000 bracket. it was going for 4,000 rand, 4,500 rand at Cash Crusades. Told my wife, listen, I must get this base. Right? I'll be looking financially. So I said, okay, well, okay. So I spoke to the guy and I said, listen, I have 1,000 rand. Can I just put it on the base so you don't sell the base? Let me come back to the end of the month. He says, good shot. I put the 1,000 rand down on the base. Then when I came to fix the base, the end of the month with the rest of the money now for the bass guitar, he told me, listen here, when you left, a guy came in here with cash to buy this bass, but I couldn't sell it because you already put the 1,000 rand down. I was like, nah, good shot. And ever since I've been enjoying this guitar, I've been playing around with it, and so I love caught it as upgraded in a huge way. With Mark bass, they've joined this sort of stuff. So yeah, so huge upgrades, but I'm happy. I got my sound, I got my tone, I got my nights when I'm lonely, not lonely, but nights when I just feel like I just need some sanity in my life. I would come and sit. So
okay, nice man, that's nice. Carlo, do you have any advice for young up and coming bass players and musicians out there?
Yeah, actually I've been thinking about that. Number one, be yourself. Like I mentioned earlier on, that Eugene told me, just like find your tone. I think that's important. Find your identity. Be yourself. But you gotta know who you are. First and foremost, But that's I would say, be yourself. The other thing is, I was thinking about what would I say one day if somebody asked me what I have for up and coming bases is. I don't know if you heard this, right? But people always use this, man. Like, my gift will make room for me. A lot of musicians, besides bass guitars, a lot of musicians use it. My gift will make room for me. My question is, once I get into a room and everybody's skilled on the same level, right, as myself maybe, and we all got there, what then will be your difference? You see, why must I choose Carlo now? Because everybody's the same, everybody's playing the same, everybody's getting paid the same. But what's the difference? And the reason I'm saying that is I want our guys to become valuable, man. You see, become valuable, know your stuff. Besides your education, valuable in who you are. See, if you say yes to a gig, honor your word. If you say 10 o'clock, I'm going to be there, try to be earlier. Those things people look at and say, okay, now I can work with this guy. I think it was Samuel Weber that said about being humble, and that is crucial. So number one, be yourself. Number two, add value to yourself. Besides your playing, add value to yourself. Number three, and the last thing I want to mention is value relationships above all things. My father says, Pastor Clint Ross, he says this, that your wealth is in your relationships. You see? So value relationships. Quickly, we are easy to judge people, burn bridges, but you never know in the future where you might be, where you might end up. And so those relationships can open up doors for you. You see? So that's what I would probably leave with the guys. Know yourself, add value to yourself, and value relationships.
Carlo, thank you so much for making time for me, for making time from the Cape Bass. Godspeed and enjoy, man. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel, man. And thank you for hosting me. I really appreciate it and value it. Thank you, man.
and sharing this video with your fellow bass community. Please follow from the Cape of Bass on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Thank you so much.